Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. So that was called The Infinite Library, and that is from the channel Terra Vibe. And I love that ambiance that it sets. It's so wonderful. And it's just sort of perfect for us. So I hope everybody's doing good. It's weird because it says no one's here, but I see all of you in the chat. So it's a little bit bizarre. If you can hear me, let me know. Cause it'd be a darn shame if I was just talking to you guys and you couldn't hear me. Okay. Hello, Adiga. What's going on? We're here and we can hear you. Hello. Hello. How are you guys doing? So, normal rules apply, Fellowship and Gravemaster. You guys should have gotten another community, not note, but a community post that was just for you guys, not for Ocarinas. And you have to click see more or whatever, or view more. And you should be able to click the link and come on stage if you want to. Of course, there's absolutely no need. I am perfectly fine sitting up here and talking about Redwall with you guys interacting in the chat. I would be totally fine. We hear you, we obey. Legioness. So I get the feeling that it's gonna be a minute before we build our panels back up, because if you guys remember, there used to be 6 of us on here, and that's okay. It's been almost 2 years since we've done Pages for Ages, so I really appreciate you guys being here. Since we are here for the book, we will talk about the book. Let's see if I can, hold on. I know how to do things, I promise. I had this all set up. It was going to be all cool and really awesome. And now I don't remember how to do it because I slept since last night. I was like, okay, I'm going to make this really cool. We're going to have the intro with the library, and we're going to get really into it and excited. And I had all this stuff planned, and then my computer reset, so all my tabs closed. So I was like, I don't remember what I did. But it's all right. It's all right. We can improvise. So, I'm gonna have to put book because there's apparently a company called Redwall. Here we go. There we are. And I would like to thank whoever informed me that there was a series, a television series of this. I had no idea that this was a series. I am actually looking forward to watching that after we discuss it today. So let's see, what's a good one? I'm gonna do let's see. I like no. Oh, the Bellmaker is a good one. Okay, we're gonna do that one. Oh no, it cuts off part of the... I know you guys can't see me at all, and I appreciate your patience. We'll just do the classic book cover. There we go. And we'll make it like this so we can get all the goodness. There we go. So we are, of course, talking about Redwall today. Absolutely one of the greatest adventure novels ever written. I was rereading the book and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta read all like 20 novels of the Redwall series, and then they've got the spin-offs, or like the not spin-offs, but they're in like the same universe, but they're a different story. A great series. I can find them on YouTube. Oh man, I was getting ready to go onto Amazon and order them. I can watch them on YouTube. That's awesome. But it is shocking to me that this is considered a children's series, and not just a children's series. So this might be the teacher in me coming out just a little bit, guys, but put in the chat what reading level, like what grade do you think Redwall is? Which, if you had to guess, because I'm assuming you guys did the homework and you read the book. So reading the book, what grade level do you think that the Redwall series, the first one, lands on? Adika, what do you mean you didn't read it? That's the whole point of the book club. He's like, I didn't do the homework. I didn't do it. He's like, but I'm here to listen. Oh, Adega, I don't know what to do now because you're about to get heavily spoiled. Hopefully, I'll tell you what, I won't spoil the end. And, okay. Well, actually, yeah, thank you for telling me that now, because I was going to go, like, balls to the walls, detail, like, talk about weaponized autism, okay? I was about to absolutely spoil the crap out of this. Now, I'm going to give you just enough to be teased so that you want more. No, I'm not spoiling anything. You're going to have to read this. You're going to want to read this book. You're going to want to read this book. You couldn't even guess, Cybot? Yeah, tell me about it. But we like being spoiled by a lady. Well, thank you. So, here is the thing about Redwall. Adega, if you go and I'm glad. No, I'm gonna tantalize you just enough, and you're gonna be like, my God, I must go read this book. So at least I hope that's what happens. That's sort of the point of these book clubs, that you I won't read anything until my stuff is done. Okay. There is an audiobook of Redwall. You can listen to it whilst driving or whilst working on non-writing stuff. I don't. It's hard since I don't know exactly what you're working on. But this is, it's a great book to listen to on the drive. There is an audiobook. So I do, right? Like, hold on. I know it's on tape because I've literally gotten. So when I was younger, sidebar, when I was younger and I read this book, I didn't know really how to say some of the names, and I was like, oh my gosh, like how are you supposed to say these? So do you guys remember you used to be able to go to the library and you could check out books. They came in a bag, and they were like a clear plastic bag, and on the top it was like a hanger, and they hung up on like the hooks or whatever so that you could tell they were audiobooks. So you'd get the book with a cassette of someone reading the book to you. It's like the very first audio book, like the very first audiobooks. And because I didn't know how to say some of the names, I was like, okay, I really need to like figure this out. So I rented the book with the cassette, and it came with gosh, if I remember right, there were 3 cassettes. And it was amazing. Yes, Audible has an audiobook. So Redwall has an audiobook. If you mean I missed the point. I'm trying to help you. We're problem solving right now, Adega. Like, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Yes, Salamandraston for yes, like it's literally just Salaman. It's like salamander, but you stop and it's Salamandrastron, like Salamandraston. It's like, but I mean, a 9-year-old kid, that's a big word, right? So, since you guys said you have absolutely no idea what age range it would be, this book is meant for for 9-year-olds to pick up and read. If anybody's curious, that is a 3rd grade reading level. So this series, okay, it's a 3rd grade reading level. When they break it down by scale, that's where you're supposed to be. Yeah, Cybot, that is hi, D-Day. Can't stay. Just dropping by to say hi. Hello. Did you do the homework, D-Day? Because apparently nobody else did. Apparently I'm the only one that read the book. Again, for like the 100th time, because it's absolutely one of my favorites. But thank you for stopping by. Much love. Hello and good and farewell. But if you did read the book, just let me know. Okay, so Cybot did read it. Okay. So Cybot, before we start getting into light spoilers, overall, what did you think? So first of all, are you shocked to find out that this is a 3rd grade reading level? And it's high, so it's like end of 3rd grade. So by the time they're in 3rd grade, like the 4th quarter of 3rd grade, getting ready to go into 4th grade, they should be able to read this book. So does that surprise you at all, Cybot? Like, are you shocked to hear that? Because it's a really, really great book. And I think when you're at that age, you're going to miss a lot of, you're going to take the story at face value. It's a mouse who had his family tragically taken from him. He goes to, Redwall, the Redwall Abbey, and he's raised, and then he has a chance to find justice and protect his new family so that they're not taken from him. You're surprised for sure. Would have thought it's much higher. Yeah. So usually most kids pick it up around 11 or 12. So closer to like 5th grade, 6th grade. But this is technically by the end of 3rd grade, they should be able to read it. Yeah. Speaking as a teacher yourself, which grade do you teach, or which subject do you teach? You and I need to have like a teacher talk sometime. Because at the beginning of the school year, I had this happen last year, and I had it happen this past year, and I had it happen last year and the year before. So it's like, they were like, oh my gosh, you're making this too hard. Like, my son can barely read. My son can't even spell his name. And, my daughter gets intimidated by big words. Here's the thing. I am not a mean teacher. I'm going to preface this. I am not a mean teacher, guys. But I expect you to do the work. And because I am not your mom, I'm not going to cave when you say it's too hard, or I'm tired, or I don't want to do this. I'm not going to cave to that. So my 3rd graders, we got to the end of this past school year, and this is the book that we're going to be interchanging with our other book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So we got to the end of the second half of 3rd quarter, and we started The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for my 3rd graders, and we started Pippi Longstocking for my 2nd graders. And Pippi Longstocking, it's great for 2nd graders because, like, the big words, I know you guys can't see me doing the air quotes, but like the big words, they're silly, fun words. right? Like, and so it gives them a really good chance to practice their diction and their tongue position and making sure that they have their enunciation correct, because when they see those silly words, they can have fun with them. So they're like, Villa Vilcula, and they'll be like, yeah, because I'm a cool guy. Like, they get to have a lot of fun with it. So my second graders loved it. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form going to take it. Like, the first grade teacher before me, she does incredible work. Like, she's a saint, quite frankly. She should be sainted. But, you know, my third graders this year, I had them last year, so they knew what kind of to expect. And so I got less pushback from those parents. But 2 years ago, when I first started teaching there, oh my gosh, they were like, the work is too hard, it's too demanding, the kids aren't going to learn anything, they're too stressed out. And I was like, it's going to be okay. I was like, just hold on for the ride. Your kid's going to be fine. And by the end of that year, the parents were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, this, that, and the other. Now, that's not to say we didn't have our kerfuffles throughout the year, but I really want to introduce Redwall for like my next year's advanced readers, because it is such an exceptional series. But also, the great thing about this particular novel, you can read it as a standalone. And that's something that I feel is really important, because this is like a 22 book. This is like a 22 book series when you put it all together. Not a mean teacher. You just chewed me out. You are an adult, Adiga. All right? Put on the audiobook. No excuses. But that's what a mean teacher would say. Your main subjects are Swedish and English. Dude, teach me Swedish. I want to learn Norwegian too. But it's this book is so fun and interesting, and the fact that it isn't real, like, it's fantasy anyway, but because it's animals and the rats are the bad guys, and spoilers, you have some weasels that are good and some weasels that are like, that's what makes a weasel, right? You're like, can I trust this guy? Because weasels are always going to be sort of their character trait, right? Like, when we call people a weasel, it's because they're more they're more in it for themselves, right? They'll side with whomever they think is going to win, or whoever's going to give them the best deal, right? So you have that, and you've got, oh my gosh, they have mice, they have badgers, they have otters, they have rats, they have weasels, they have I'm forgetting stuff, chipmunks. It's so they have a snake. They have a snake. And it's like, there's more snakes. Like, obviously there's more snakes in this world, but particularly in this story, there's one snake. There's also only one rabbit in this story, which, as we know, is entirely, like, you got to suspend some serious disbelief for that, to think there's only one rabbit. And yes, every badger in this series is an automatic badass. The badgers, oh man, it's fantastic. Effalumps and woozles. Okay, Winnie the Pooh. Okay. Poor rats being stereotyped here. Listen, they earned it, okay? And Clooney, who is our main bad guy here, let me pull up a picture of Clooney, because there's been let's see. This is probably the best. Oh, look at that. There's the animated stills. But we will do, oh my gosh, this anime. We might just go watch the Redwall series if I actually can get it on YouTube, because like, this animated series looks fantastic. I must go watch this like now. I feel phantasmagorical. Okay, let's see. This looks like a really good depiction of Clooney. Can you guys see that? Cybot says it's good. So, Cybot, did you read the book, or because you knew you could find it on YouTube, you went and watched it on YouTube? I didn't know you could find this thing on YouTube. I am very excited. I am definitely going to go watch it for sure, especially because I just finished the book. So it'll be interesting to see how faithful of an adaptation it is. But I mean, look at him. He's got his little... I still maintain that this is a skull. I don't care what anybody says. Like, that's a mouse skull. And his eye... I thought it was his left eye. I could be wrong. But he's got his eye patch. He has his blade tail. I mean, this guy is ruthless. He is a villain. He is not... He's not an antagonist. He's not an anti-hero. He isn't a morally gray character. This dude's evil. He's a rat. He wants to dominate everything and everyone. He wants everyone to be afraid of him. And he doesn't care. He does not care. And it's glorious because as you're reading in the book, you're like, no, he's not going to go there. And then Cybot! Yes, he does. He absolutely does. I was going to say, like, he leans into, like, he alludes to it a couple times, and you're like, no way. Like, there's no way. And then he just flat out does it, and you're like, whoa. Woo! That's that it, like, he is an unapologetic evil villain. He does not care. I mean, he has he sacrifices his men at, like, frequently. He does not care about their safety, their well-being, really nothing. Like, he uses, they are there to serve a purpose for him, and that's it. They like, if they are no longer useful to him, he doesn't care. And it's so sad because his men, like, well, his rats are actually really loyal to him. And you know, they want to please him, but they're also, so this story is so good at the dynamics, like showing you the different dynamics of leaders, like a leader that you respect and you don't fear, you fear what they're capable of, but you do not fear that it would ever be used on you or that they would use that on you. Whereas Clooney very much will kill his own rats. He does it. He kills his own rats. He is a bad to the bone, will slaughter you while you sleep. Does not care. If you are no use to him, then he will drop you like a hot potato. Okay? And that is simply, I mean, that's literally as simple as it gets. He is a genuine, unfeeling bad guy. He has his goals, he has his mission, and that's all. Like, that is the only thing that matters to him. And it is in stark contrast to some of the leaders that we see or that we know from Redwall, who are part of, you know, who are fighting against the evil rats. And one of them is I think everybody's favorite character. Like, at least at some point, everybody's favorite character is none other than the brave and beautiful and tough Constance. I mean, Look at that. She's awesome. The badgers in this book, like, the mice might be like the quote unquote like heroes or main through thread for this first book. But I think Brian really liked badgers because he made every single one of them just wickedly cool. It is, she is just itching for, like, she has no qualms. She isn't like the Abbotts, like the father and everything like that. She's very much like, she's like, let's take this fight to the rats. Let's go. I am ready. This isn't even my biggest crossbow Constance probably. Honest to God. She's awesome. She's big. She's strong. She's powerful. She's intelligent. She's capable. She's soft and kind when she needs to be. But, like, man, this girl, this lady right here, she will wreck your day. She wrecked Clooney's day more than once. More than once. So it's just amazing to get to see that characterization come out. And she's so affable and likable, and she wants peace. Like, she wants peace. She doesn't want to lose her friends and her like the people that she loves. But this girl, she will stick an arrow in you if it means protecting Redwall and the people inside of it that she cares about, and the people in the surrounding area, right? Because so you've got Redwall Abbey, and then there's all of these like smaller farms and towns, and so the people, of course, come to Redwall when they need refuge, when they need safety, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to keep all of those people safe and flourishing and thriving. She is a peacekeeper. So, blessed are the peacekeepers, for they will inherit the earth. She's definitely one of them. And it's amazing. So Cybot says she's not quite the pacifist, but that makes sense as many of them are former warriors. Yep. Yes. So Salamanderson, before retiring to Redwall. So the great thing about this story is because you get backstory, like as you go into the novelizations, you understand. I mean, the novel does a really good job of doing it. Like I said, it is essentially like a standalone novel you can read on its own. But as you read more of the books, the world just expands even more, and you get some incredible heroic stories. You get Martin the Warrior's story. You get to you understand where many of these Redwall residents or refugees came from, and why they're there, and how they got there, right? Yeah, she very much comes off as warrior turned nun in a loves the children. She cares about them deeply. She will wreck your face if you hurt her children. Like, she will end you. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's got no qualms about sticking an arrow in your chest. And so that brings us to our hero, because he isn't just he's not just the protagonist, right? That's been a debate that's been going around because of recent interviews with people saying things that are rather silly, in my humble opinion. But we have an actual God's honest here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, this is from DeviantArt. I don't know who drew it, but I love this. I'm going to show this to you guys, and then I'll tell you who our hero is. See what I mean? The badgers are just like, who would, Honey Badger don't care, yo. Like, Badger don't care. Like, look at this. My spirit animal right here, Lord. Matthias. Okay, so you can see him, our boy right here a little bit. But I will get you a better picture. So in case you didn't figure it out, he's the one on the cover. Did I put Redwall books? Yes, I did. I'm a dodo brain. Our hero of the story who fulfills a prophecy. Matthias the mouse. Matthias the mouse. So he has gone through some tragedy. He and his sister managed to escape an attack from Clooney the Scourge. It's Clooney the Scourge, by the way. So Clooney attacked his home, and he and his sister were able to escape. His parents were not. Okay, and so his parents weren't able to escape, and his sister and he made a very long, they made a super long trek across a lot of dangerous land until they got to Redwall. And sadly, Matthias's sister also lost her life on the way. But made sure that Matthias was delivered safely. And Matthias, understandably, does not speak after he comes to the Abbey, because think of the tragedy that this poor boy has been through. And he hasn't said anything. People teased him. They were like, oh, hi, no name. Well, a pretty girl comes up and talks to Matthias and is like, hi, how are you? And he just kind of stares at her, right? And she's like, my name. Hold on, let me find it. That's a terrible picture. Man, I'm gonna have to check out this animated series because pictures from it keep popping up. But this is a pretty good. Yeah, I think this is this looks like it's from the series. Because that is very much an animated picture. But our girl Cornflower, our sweet, kind, gentle, generous Cornflower is like, hey, what's your name? And Matthias finally talks. And yes, it activates Matthias. Matthias is like, hi, pretty girl. My name is Matthias. And it jolts him out of it. And yes, our girl Cornflower comes to the rescue. I like this animation style. I'm gonna have to check this series out post haste. So our girl Cornflower talks to him, and it shakes him awake essentially, and he starts to speak again. And it's a very exciting thing. And you start to root for them and cheer for them as time goes on. And I won't tell you what happens. Adiga, you're going to have to read the book. I will say that a really exciting part is when he gets her headband as a token. So remember when knights used to receive tokens from their fair ladies, right? And so she gives him, I think it's her favorite headband. She gives him her headband to prove that she does believe in him. I think Cybot, I think he would. Like, if she was like, hey, would you go, wrangle him up? I think Matthias would be like, yes, of course. And it's, oh gosh, it's such a good story. So, thank you for that, by the way. It is a beautiful segue into one of the other villains, and he is also, like, Asmodeus. I've had this debate. Is he a villain? Is he an antagonist? Now, he has something that Matthias wants and needs, but he is preventing Matthias from getting it. But he is not just an antagonist. He is a villain. Like, he's eating residents as he goes on. And yes, but so are badgers, and they're not over here tearing mice apart. I'm just saying. So Asmodeus is our secondary villain. And it's so well. This picture, I've had this picture saved for a while because it's one of my favorite. It's just so perfect. And I don't know who drew it, but they did an incredible job. So this is Asmodeus. And he is his own, like, master. He is he's a snake. He's a serpent. And he will consume whomever. He doesn't care if you are fighting for Redwall and for, justice. And he doesn't care if you are fighting against Redwall and are fighting for domination. He is here for himself and himself only. And how he plays into this is the thing that Matthias needs from him has a bit to do with an old legend. Okay? So, or I should say, the prophecy that Matthias finds out that he is supposed to fulfill. Right? And the way they find this out, so you have Abbot Mortimer has informed Matthias of Martin the warrior. Okay? So Martin is sort of like, oh gosh, for me at least, like an Archangel Michael almost is sort of the role that he seemed to play in the story for me. He was not quite like a Jesus Christ character. Not quite that. I mean, definitely had attributes of that heroism and that self-sacrifice and that love for all of God's creations and seeking justice. But Martin, here we go. We get his story. I like this one. Oh no, it says it's forbidden. Don't do that. Okay, we'll do this one. So Martin is this hero of old who inspires Matthias. And there is something of Martin the Warrior's that Matthias needs to find. So Martin's tomb has been hidden. I will give you this much, Adiga. Martin's tomb has been hidden. No one has been able to find it. They are able to find the tomb. And in it, there are certain things that would help you find this symbol of heroism, as it were. Well, when it's all said and done, our boy Matthias finds out, where did he go? That Asmodeus has what he's looking for. Now, here's the thing. Asmodeus is also called another name, Poison Tooth, for obvious reasons, right? And so after Matthias has discovered this, and he has to decide whether or not it is something worth, like should he continue on this quest to retrieve this symbol of heroism that the excuse me, oh gosh, I'm so sorry, that he believes will help not them just overcome Clooney, but to really overcome any foe and to prove that the Abbey is strong and just, and even though Martin the Warrior hung up his sword, so that's a big internal conflict that happens, because remember, this is an abbey, right? So Father Abbot is not against, so Father Abbot is like the head of the church. And oh, okay, bye, Cybot. Have to head out for a bit. We'll see if I'm back before the end. Otherwise, look forward to more book talk next time. Okay, we're gonna wrap up in about, because remember, we try to keep these. It's hard since no one's on the panel with me. This is probably gonna wrap up in about 15, 30 minutes. Okay, I sent it out. Did you guys not get it? That's bizarre. Okay. All right, take it easy, Cybot. Yeah, it should be, if you're Fellowship or Gravemaster, which I know you are, Cybot, you should have it. I sent it out in a post for the community, just to Fellowship and Gravemaster. Okay, it is out. All right, perfect. But so Asmodeus has this symbol of strength and hope and courage that Matthias believes that he needs. And a big internal conflict is essentially, the Abbey, it's a place of peace. Martin the Warrior is famous for coming there and setting down his sword and choosing and turning away from the life of a soldier to a life of peace, right? But the thing is, he had to fight very hard to earn that peace. That is the thing. And so there's this internal conflict, because like we said before, a lot of these people, Constance especially, like, you get the sense that they're warriors that have come to Redwall Abbey to lay down their swords and find peace, but that call of duty and protect still very much resonates within them. And so when you learn more about Martin the Warrior and exactly what his story, like more about what his story is and why he did things the way that he did, and he knew that eventually, the time of peace would be over, and you're looking at this tapestry, and it looks like, and it's an ancient tapestry, right, from the time of Martin the Warrior. Well, this tapestry looks like it has someone that looks like Clooney on it. And one of Clooney's minions comes in and snatches Martin the Warrior, like rips up the tapestry and takes Martin's facade, like his likeness, out of the tapestry and tries to escape with it. And while he does succeed, technically, it costs him his life. And so they've taken away Martin the Warrior. So they're like, we've taken away your symbol, right? Well, this is actually what leads to them being able to uncover more mysteries about Martin the Warrior, because no one looked behind the tapestry before. And so they're dusting, they've like brushed off the wall, and there's an inscription on the wall that's been covered by years and years of dust and I'm going to assume cobwebs. So as they're brushing it off, they see the same writing that was on the tapestry, and it says, "I am that is." And that is an anagram, right? That's what those are called. So it's how many words can you make out of these other letters or these other words? And that is when they begin to realize that Matthias may be more than he seems. And that we all have like a greater purpose and a greater calling in this life. And so as they start to unravel this mystery about Martin and who Matthias actually is and what he is destined to become, you have this internal conflict happening where the Abbey proper does not want to fight a war, does not want innocent life to be lost. And then you have members of the Abbey who are like, we can't just sit here and wait, like we should take the fight to them. And so it's this big back and forth, right? And so that creates some internal conflict. Well, while this is all happening, Matthias leaves to go find what when he finds out that Asmodeus has it, he leaves to go retrieve it from Asmodeus. Even though he's heard he knows what Asmodeus is called, what he's capable of, that he is not he's not swayed by pleas or by pity, by empathy. Nothing works on this guy. Okay? He is in this world solely for himself. He's essentially the epitome, like, for me at least, Clooney represents like pride and wrath. Asmodeus is like pride and gluttony almost. It's because it's not vanity, but he is very much in this world for himself, to have as much as he possibly can. And he just sort of pops up out of nowhere. Like, you never know where he's going to be or when. And so that sort of adds to his element of almost like otherworldliness, or like, is there more to this guy than meets the eye? And so you have Matthias, who is going on a hero's journey and discovering what's going to be required of him. And so he goes to take Asmodeus on his own. While this is happening, the Abbey is Clooney and his rats and some other, they take the Abbey. They take Redwall while this is happening. And so now Matthias has to make a decision. He has to make a choice. Like, what's more important, like his personal quest or the people he cares about? And can he complete both? And was he doing it for the right reasons? And when this is all said and done, was he doing it because he truly cares about these people and embodies a hero and is living up to Martin the Warrior and his destiny? Or is this selfish? Is this all for him? Is he more like Asmodeus than he thinks? Did he do this for the glory and the fame and the notoriety because, Martin the Warrior's name is still whispered, eons later? So is this for him, or is this for the people, the innocent people that he cares about and that need him? And so, that's a very interesting dynamic that gets played out. And like I said, for most third graders, they're not going to catch up on all that they're not going to catch all that nuance. But as you read it, as you get older, it's definitely more apparent. And I think the great thing about this is because it is not, I don't know, like, since it's not humans, since they aren't humans, it's black and white. There isn't any, like I said, Clooney is an unapologetic evil villain. Asmodeus is an unapologetic evil secondary villain. Like, these are not antagonists, they are villains. And you have all this heroism just shining through in so many characters. And you've got, true love with Cornflower. You have Martin, you have Matthias, who is, just trying to do his best to protect his new home and to live up to this destiny that he has found himself, responsible for, tied to, that he has to live up to. There's battles, there's strategy, there's true love, there's overcoming incredible amounts of dangers, there's loss, there's sorrow, there's triumph, there's joy. There's just so much that goes on. And it's beautifully told and beautifully contained. And I think this book came out in like 1985, if I remember the publishing date correctly. Pardon me. And it is truly miraculous what the human imagination is capable of. And it's wonderful that these words legitimately come to life off the page. And the story, it grabs you and it doesn't let you go. It's so incredible. And at the end, Matthias does have to, not dig just deep inside himself, but recognize what needs to be done and who he truly is. And he brings all of that to the forefront and answers the hero's call. So hopefully that was enough of a tease. I mean, Branja, he did fantastic with this series. So, since Adiga doesn't want to read the homework, no, I'm just kidding, Adiga. You're totally fine. Here, let's actually, you know what? So if you are currently watching this, on the main channel, like after I've put it on, I've put it up on the channel for everybody to catch the replay on. Let me see. Redwall season 1. Okay. Full episodes. Okay, so let's see. I'll be dang. Look at that. All right. So if you're catching this on, like I said, on the channel, this next section is going to get cut out. We're just going to watch this first episode. Oh, I got to reshare my screen so that you guys have volume. It would really suck for you if you couldn't hear what was going on. This looks like it was on PBS, like way back in the day when PBS was actually good. I don't know how I missed this as a kid. But okay, so hopefully we don't get struck since this is a private stream, but it might happen. It's fantastic stuff. Oh my goodness. That was really well done, actually. So obviously the series exists. Adiga, don't go watch it. You need to read the book first. Do the audiobook, something of that nature. But that is, I think, that's a good wrap up. So that just kind of like, so now you have a sort of a visual of like Matthias and a little bit of his backstory. You can see kind of where he comes from, and Clooney. They did such a good job on Clooney. Oh my goodness. So that leaves just a few things of order. We have to decide next month's book. Now, we do have some rules, and we do try to sort of we do our best to abide by those rules, right? But also, this is our channel, and we can do what we want. we can do what we want, except we're not gonna. Some of those rules we are definitely not going to break. Excuse me. So I think one of the exciting things we've done a tale. Well, technically, we were supposed to, A Tale of Two Cities, Treasure Island, and now Redwall. I'm missing one, aren't I? Oh, the Three Musketeers. I thought rules were meant to be broken. I mean, we can break them. So I think what we are going to try and do shall we do the Three Musketeers again, since we didn't actually get to cover it? I think that's what we'll do. I think for next month, since we didn't actually get to discuss the Three Musketeers, that should be our next book. So July 13th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 weeks from now. That's right, because July 1st is on a Monday, and we try and do the second Saturday. We're going to be doing the second Saturday of every month. So July 13th, so 5 weeks from now, will be the Three Musketeers. So that is how we will do that. And I am looking forward to it. So I'll make sure that we have all that set up, and I'll post reminders throughout the month here and on X. And I'm not really on Instagram all that much, but I'll try and do that too. And I'll drop the reminder in some videos or some live streams and such. And we'll talk about the Three Musketeers, which is another incredible story that I absolutely adore. And I'm really looking forward to breaking down with you guys and having you guys enjoy and actually getting to talk about it this time. So let me see if I can find it. Then there were 3. Hold on. Let's put book because it's going to give me the movies. This book has been adapted so many times. Alexandre Dumas. Let's see. Which cover do we like? As you all know, I'm really over the minimalist, like, chess piece, crown, sword, modern, minimalistic BS. I love a cover. Yes, this is the one that we will go with. I don't even know if this is an actual. I think this is a real book cover, but here we go. So next month. No, Adega, do not put a key on the cover. I will end you. Listen, you can't tell. Look at how beautiful this is. Like, this is even a bit minimalistic, but I love that they're all here, and you have the symbolism, and they've lifted their swords. You can't tell me that. Look at, what is it? Where did it go? This trash right here. What is that? No. Stop it with the keys and the swords and the crowns and the minimalism. Just stop. Covers are supposed to, Your book gets judged by its cover. I'm going to let you know that right now. Books get judged by their cover. I'd never judge a book by its cover. No, that's BS. Like, that's the whole reason that you have the description on the back and you try to pull them in. And I still remember from my English lit class in high school, and it got repeated in other classes. I was a freshman in high school. My English lit writing class, they were like, you have approximately 3 pages to pull your audience in. And they were like, and that's it. And they said sometimes, and they were like, but that's the most you're going to get. If you don't have them by page 3, you're never going to get them. But then it was reiterated. Most people, if you don't have them by the 3rd sentence, you're never going to have them. That is how little room you have. That's how little margin of error there. I hate this cover. I'm getting it off. That's how small of a margin of error there is. You cannot jack this up. Like, you have to come in swinging. You have to come in like you want people to read this book and any of the books before or after again and again and again. You want to tell like as if they are sitting in front of you and you are going back to tradition and orally telling them a story and trying to keep them enraptured. That's what this is. And so many modern authors today have simply lost sight of that. It's atrocious. It's a sin. I can't believe what they're doing to book covers. I hate it so much. Like, look at this. This is a what is that called? Illustrated copy for like younger kids. It's not going to load. All right. Well, but this is an illustrated copy so that kids can find more enjoyment in it. Younger kids can get into the story. Look at this. Covers are supposed to tell a story. This is how you do it. They used to be art. And Stig Kenobi and I have talked about this. We have a whole stream over book covers. I'm gonna have to do another book cover one. But you used to get page art too. Like, do you remember like the gold edging on the pages? And then you used to be able to get like scenes from the book actually like painted on the side. I mean, this isn't... I don't understand why we got away from this. Like, why would we get away from this? Look at how beautiful some of these covers are. Look at how much of a story they tell just on their own. That book is in rough shape. Good Lord. That hurts my heart. Like, why would you ever... Oh, that is a Dover cover for sure. Holy cow. But at no point are you confused about the contents of this story. Like, look at this. It's beautiful. It is art. It's so amazing, and we just don't get it anymore. I need to start my own publishing company and just like hire book cover authors that are actually talented, have actual talent. Like, actual, real, God-honest talent. Poke the bear. Yeah. Are you happy with yourself, Adiga? You happy? That's why an artist like Frazetta, yes, publishers would do to him, like, the publishers would go to him and ask what was available, and they'd find a novel to use the artwork for, not the other way around. Exactly. And it's just, it is heart-wrenching that we have fallen so far. I mean, we went from this. Here, let me just find a book. Like here, modern book cover. I don't even have to. Here we go. Oh, I should put for nonfiction. or for fiction, nonfiction, for fiction. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This trend needs to die too. Okay, but look at this. Look at. Oh, I realized you guys can't see what I'm. You guys can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Look at this trash. What the title? Umbrella with umbrella. Look at. Why? What is that? That looks like a sonic screwdriver gone wrong. Or you just have like the girl who is the key to everything on the cover, Daughter of Man. I hope this isn't a real book. I hate this so much. Like, you just have random inanimate like background, and then you have like one piece. Like, what is this modern minimalist oh god. I hate this so much. I hate it. Oh god. Okay, that was awkward. Ah, the apple. That's a snow globe, but it still looks like an apple. You see what I mean? Like, this is trash. Look at this and compare it to that. Like, it's not even close. It's not even close. You're better off just doing like a really classy leather-bound book with no cover art so that people are intrigued by the mystery. Because trash like this, like, oh my dear God, this too. Look at this. The past is rising. I don't even know if this is a Catherine Bywater. Something tells me this isn't real, but like, it's just a stock photo of a stock model that they put on a cover, and then they add like random stuff. This invokes zero emotion. I don't care about this archway at all. It's not pulling me in. There's nothing ethereal or mystical about it. It doesn't look like a dragon spine or a talon or anything. It doesn't look like anything. It looks like it looks like a natural land arc that he has to walk under to get wherever he's going. Sorry, I have to take this off screen because I don't know if you guys caught it, but there was some there was a smutty book and cover, and we don't need that. But like, I'm over it. I hate this stock photograph, minimal imagination, minimalistic. I know the term, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, here we go. Look. This is exactly what they do. They go get a stock. They're like, okay, here's your book cover. So you put your name here, you put your title here, and you put your subject photo here, and you just carry up. Like, seriously, this is what they all do. They take a template and they roll and they stick a bunch of stock photography, which I will say is better than AI. I'll give them that. But I mean, genuinely, this stuff is this crap. I hate this. Oh, look, we're so mysterious, and you're like, can you put the puzzle piece in the correct spot? Like, oh, just, it's so boring. And unless this is a book about like the greatest puzzles ever made or the greatest puzzles ever played or whatever, or ever built, like if you do 3D puzzles, like this is like I don't even know. I don't even know what this is. I can't even. Unless it's about like a puzzle map, but even then, this is just boring. Like, if this was a book about a puzzle master who chooses specific like potential brides, and they have to solve a certain amount of puzzles, and whoever does it first, you know, becomes his bride, and has access to his fortune and his kingdom and his glory or whatever it is that he has. Like, this is still a really boring cover to portray all of that. Why would you not have like the girl over the mechanism or over the puzzle trying to figure it out, and like him standing above her staring down, and you have these other women who are also trying to fix things, but he really likes this one, and so he wants her to succeed, but he wants her to be worthy. So he's actually giving her harder puzzles because she's his favorite, and that's why it's taking her longer. And she can't figure out how these other girls are passing these other puzzles faster than she is. But then when it gets to like round 5, because she has had to, you know, critically think and logically break down his other puzzles, she is actually able to do this puzzle much faster and much easier because she recognizes certain patterns from the previous puzzles she's done, and the others actually don't have this, what she now recognizes as an advantage because she put in the work before. Now it's easier this time. And so, and then you can have like, you know, in the background or whatever, you can have like this lush, gorgeous like almost like not quite paradise, but as close as you're gonna get, right? Because we can't ever have utopia, but that's the end goal. It's him, and it's this paradise. That's what this whole contest was. He needs to find a worthy bride for himself. Even if that's what the story was about, this is a boring cover to portray that. Like, would you have ever gotten that story out of this cover? Granted, I made that up off the top of my head, but like, would you ever? And then you're like, okay, well, why does he need a bride, or why does he need a wife? Well, because we can introduce a magic system. He is a puzzle master, but at some point, you know, the power becomes it can become consuming. Like, if he does not have like a family and someone to share it with, right? Because the rule might be you can have as many children as you want, but only one of them is going to have the gift, and so they're the ones that will be the heir to the throne. And so, you know, their siblings go off, and even though they're wealthy and you may still see them, you're sort of just kind of cut off from them because they can't be around that power, because it will slowly, you know, it's slowly going to drive you insane just from the amount of it. And so the family goes and lives their own lives so that you don't feel threatened by them. But now you have to bring someone in so that you can share all of these incredible things that you've done and made and built. And maybe, you know, towards the end of the story, she convinces him to start letting some of his puzzles out into the world so that other children can be enraptured by it, and it starts to build a better world. And so from winning like this puzzle master game and building this life together and realizing that he can give more of himself to his people, and he lets this little bit of magic go out into the world, and suddenly everybody's life is doing better, because just like she had to sit down and figure out the puzzles, now all these other people are able to put in this effort and put in this time and recognize that they're capable of something, and so they go on to lead better lives. I would have got none of that from this cover. Not one bit of it. I realize that we've sort of devolved from Redwall and Three Musketeers. I mean, the Three Musketeers is still back here. We're still going to do it next month, but come on, book covers. Tell a story like you used to. Grabthar's Hammer. What is going on? Well, we finished our discussion of Redwall. It was minimalistic on the spoilers, and I didn't talk about the ending really at all because Adiga didn't read it, and I'm going to make him read it. Like, I hope he reads it. And we watched, there's a Redwall series, and it's on YouTube. Found that out today. And so we watched like the first 3 minutes, and it looks really good. The animation is fantastic. So that's what we talked about. Yes. Amazon has a cover generator AI for self-publishing. They're horrid. Yeah, it's because they all follow the same formula. They all follow the same formula. It's minimalistic. It's basic. It doesn't tell a story. Do you guys, on the live stream that I did with Stieg about book covers, we talked about how they used to wrap around. So you'd have like, when you opened them up, hold on, let me pull this over and see if I can find it. I think Jordan's Wheel of Time, too. I can think of 2 of them that do that. Let me see. me see if I can find a good example. So yeah, when you open the spine, so like if you were to take the book, and I don't ever recommend doing this because this is how you crack the spine, but if you were to open the book, so if you're reading and someone is on the other side, like looking at you, and you have the book open, it's one continuous scene. Here we go. Yeah. So this is perfect. Of course, that's the soundtrack. Hold on. Is it not called a wraparound cover? What would that cover be called? Wraparound cover art for books, maybe? Yeah, Wheel of Time keeps popping up, but it's not actually a book that's open. They just keep showing me, like, it's the cover, but you can't, there's no spine, so I can't prove that that's actually how they look when you open them. And you have to have the old covers, too, because the new covers, oh. Nope, can't show that. That's got a naked lady on it. Okay, never mind. Can't do that. And now you're all intrigued. What was it? It's called New Worlds for Old. It looks like a very old book, actually. But it might be the only one. Maybe front to back cover art. I hope you guys, like, I hope I'm not, like, crazy or making you guys go insane with this. But it's like you open the book and you get the whole scene. Well, yeah, that's one, but it's not the greatest. These things used to be masterpieces. God dang it, why can't I find one? Yes, it's a panoramic. It's a panoramic cover. Exactly. Oh, I'll type that in. So clever. So clever. There we go. Okay. You can't really see the spine on that one. Let me see. This one's going to have to do. So this is from this is A Memory of Light from the Wheel of Time. And so when you open up the cover, so this is the front and this is the back. So like when you open up the whole spine, you get the whole picture. Does that make sense? And it's just so mesmerizing and cool. Yes, the Harry Potter books did it too. They were giant. Yes, they were a giant picture all the way around. Let me see if one of those pops up better. Yeah, because nobody cracks their... Oh, here we go. Perfect. So from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So you can see the spine on this one, right? So you can see the spine. So here's Ron. Here's Hermione, right? Here's Harry and Fox. So this is the Chamber of Secrets. So it's one big piece of art. And it's so incredible and enthralling. And I genuinely believe if you're going to specifically, like, if you want to write fiction, that's great. I mean, there's noir style, like, fiction has many subgenres, but when we're talking fantasy, it should enrapture you, right? Like, it should be magical from the get-go. You know what I mean? And so, like, where Harry Potter is, you know, fantasy, you can technically classify the Three Musketeers as like as a fantasy, but it's fiction. Like that's a big, people don't understand the difference between fantasy as a genre and fantasy as a subgenre. Like they really get those confused. So like, well, all fantasy is fiction, or all fiction is fantasy. And it's like, well, no, you have historical fiction, which is something like A Tale of Two Cities or The Three Musketeers. Like it happened around a real event, or during a real era. A lot of medieval books, like it's almost impossible to write a medieval book without like the Catholic Church involved, because they were so heavily influential. So we used to have, and this is, I mean, this is Harry Potter. This isn't that old. We're only talking 2 decades, right? Like this, I think, didn't Chamber of Secrets come out in like 99 or 02 or something like that? Maybe sooner, but like we're talking 2-3 decades. Okay. That's not that long ago. So this is possible. Like people are capable of delivering this kind of stuff, but everybody is just, they don't want to put in them. They're like, hey, you know, draw my book cover for free and I'll give you exposure. Like, no, these people have to eat too. So like, save up your money to afford a good book cover and have some type of like sketch or idea of what you want, and you know, maybe 2 or 3, and then give it to your book cover artist along with, I've been told it's very wise to give them a copy of the book, so that they can actually read it, and they can get the not just the context, but also like their artistic vision might pop through better. Yeah, Sorcerer's Stone was 97. I think Chamber of Secrets was 99, if I remember correctly. So we're talking barely 2 decades ago these came out. And they exploded in popularity in like 2000. Okay, 2001. So it took 4 or 5 years for these things to really move. And so I just wish that people understood you do judge a book by its cover, and that is okay. And so all these authors who are like, why isn't my book moving? Why isn't it doing anything? One, maybe your book just sucks, but there's a good chance that it didn't, like grab anyone's attention. Cybot's back. Hello, Cybot. You snuck in there. You got pizza. Yum. Grabthar's Hammer says, so much decor is looking brutalistic, commie, bank lobby-esque. Yes, even on books. I hate the look of modern homes that are just sterile and monochromatic. I agree. We need beauty. We need art. We need all of the Twilight book covers sucked. Okay, so Teresa and I can't remember if it's on her channel, Miss Martin Muses. I can't remember if it's on her channel or on my channel. Oh, God, you're going to make me look up the Twilight book covers, aren't you? I'm just going to type that in. Twilight book covers. And this is really where crap started to go downhill with the single subject or the film cover. Like, that's really all you got. Look at this. What the? I hate everything about all of these covers. Yeah, I blame Twilight. I'm going to have to do like a study about where everything went wrong. Because, like, look at this. Apple. Is that feathers? Or is that like a feather flower? What is that even supposed to be? I have no idea. It's got a stem like a flower, but these look like feathers. I have no idea. A ribbon that tears. Okay. A chess piece. 2 chess pieces. Oh, God help me. An hourglass. And a pomegranate. A squished pomegranate. Listen, Stephanie Meyer has more money than me. She has successfully sold, I'm sure, look, international #1 bestseller, international #1 bestseller. Congratulations, Stephanie. You got yours. But the culture tanked after you did. Like, this is everything became this. It became this. And I hate it. I hate it with it. Like, look at that. Like, this is a modern Three Musketeers cover. I don't understand. Like, why would you ever... Oh, yeah, that one didn't load. Why would you do this when you can do something like this? Or something like this? Like, why would you ever do the single subject minimalistic? I don't understand. It's not dramatic. It's not inspiring. I don't get it. And it has invaded the fantasy genre and the subgenres. It is like, I've never read or watched Twilight, but I can tell from what I do know about it, which is like tertiary and further removed, just from like stuff you see, like I remember the trailers in front of films I actually wanted to watch. And I remember when I was in high school, everybody was wearing those stupid team t-shirts, because there were like two guys fighting over her. And I know that it's like werewolves and vampires. And a vampire werewolf war is really cool. Like, Underworld proved how awesome that could be. But the Screen Rant pitch meeting for Twilight series is gold. 10/10 would recommend. Okay, I'll go watch that. Because I love the pitch meetings. He's brilliant. But it seems like after that, everybody just, like, cover art was no longer a thing. You were considered like a try-hard or old-fashioned, or people automatically assumed your book was old because it had cover art on it. And I hate that so much. She wrote for the fad of the time. It becomes forgettable very quickly when you do that. Yeah, when you write for when you write for a modern audience and you don't focus on timelessness, on a story that can be told over and over again, like the Three Musketeers, like Redwall, like Lord of the Rings, like the Chronicles of Narnia, when you don't, or anything by Brandon Sanderson or Mercedes Lackey or Anne McCaffrey, like, there's so many incredible authors and stories out there. Wheel of Time, it's 14 bricks of books, but it is so worth it. And I just, I'm ready for better days to come back. So, on that note, thank you everybody for stopping by. Nobody wanted to hop on panel or didn't see the link. Next time I will make sure that I'll send. I've sent the link out in the, like, posts, but I will double check with you guys at the beginning of the stream, and I'll send another post if I have to. And it's, we'll make sure that we have all that. And so next month, on second Saturday of July, which is July 13th, same time, 9 a.m. Central, we will discuss the Three Musketeers, since we did not get to do it last time. And if you guys, my member stream talking about what happened, that is up on the channel. It's called, and I said, hey, what's going on? And it just sort of covers the last really 2 years of insanity that has been my life, and why I basically had to stop everything pretty abruptly, and was very just inconsistent at best. So yeah, that live stream is up. If you want the TLDR, hubby got cancer, and that was like the day that I found out, that we found out. But that's in that stream. If you want to go hear about that, and everything. So on that happy note, Three Musketeers on July 13th. I am looking forward to it. Hopefully Adiga reads it this time, or does the audiobook. So, you know, he doesn't try. I mean, I'm fairly certain this is a book he read already, but if not, this will be a great opportunity for you guys to read a genuine classic. So next month, I'm really excited for the Three Musketeers. Great discussion. Redwall is a phenomenal novel. We didn't get into super deep spoilers today because Adiga didn't read it, and I really want him to. And I hope if any of you also didn't read it, it inspires you to go read it, because it's a phenomenal story. But to all of my members, everybody that's here in the chat, giving your thoughts and everything, I genuinely appreciate you guys. You are amazing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your membership. It means the world. And if you are catching this on the replay, hopefully you are inspired to join us for our next book club and become a member and hang out with us next month, and to pick up Redwall and the Three Musketeers. So as always, much love. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you. I can't even... I can't put into words just how much your guys' love and support and just amazingness means to me. So thank you for coming today, and I will see you guys. Let's see. I'm trying to think, what else do I have coming up? I should have another video up shortly about Acolyte. And I'll be doing more live streams, and I think I'm going to start doing a Monday live stream. That's like sort of like a deep dive into lore and stuff like that. And so, and Nostalgic Nirvana is back. We just did James Bond, the top theme from each era. And then this coming week, I've got to put a cap on it. We got to do 10. I'm doing my personal top 10 favorite James Bond themes. So I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all shortly. But for this book club, I will see you next month with the Three Musketeers. Much love, guys, and have a wonderful day.